to another yoga video. Thank you so much for showing up to this yoga practice. Today on Move with Bree, we're going to be doing a beginner-friendly yoga sequence. So you won't need any equipment for this yoga practice, but I will recommend that you're on a soft surface such as a yoga mat or a carpet so that you can have cushion under your joints as we're on the floor. Without further ado, let's begin. We're going to start this practice on the ground on the back, so you can come to lie down on the floor. Extend your legs out long in front of you, and then on an inhale, you're going to reach the arms up overhead as you take a big breath in through your nose. Good. And then as you exhale, starting to familiarize yourself with moving with the breath, you're going to draw the left knee into the chest and wrap the fingers around that shin. Go ahead and bring your nose up towards your knee so you get a little bit of compression in the front side of your torso. And then inhale, reach the arms and leg back out. We'll switch sides, so this time as you exhale, right knee will come in towards the chest, interlace the fingers in front of the right shin. And we'll do that a few more times. As you inhale, linking movement to breath, extend out long. And as you exhale, hug the left knee into the chest. Compress the abdomen, navel down. Inhale, reach out long, full body stretch. And as you exhale, hug that right knee into the chest. Good, one more time through. Big inhale, reach, extend. And as you exhale, hug it in, left knee to the abdomen, nose towards the knee. Inhale, extend. Lengthen your breath. As you exhale, hug that right knee into the chest. Good. Now inhale, reach to your full body stretch. This time you're going to walk the heels in towards your glutes, and you're going to bend the knees so that they point up towards the ceiling. Bring the arms down by the sides to lift into a bridge pose. As you take your next inhale, lift the hips off the ground, look up towards the ceiling. Now in bridge, a couple of things you want to keep in mind is to lift the hips up high, to lift the chin away from the collar so you have some softening in the front of the neck muscles. And then one other thing I'll have you do here is crawl the shoulder blades towards each other. Interlace the fingers if you can reach, otherwise palms flat on the floor. But if you can interlace the fingers, press the pinky side down, lift the hips up, take an inhale. You got it, stay with your exhale. Gently squeeze the glutes and the thighs, inhale. Stay with the exhale. And then last inhale, you'll reach the arms overhead. And as you exhale, slowly start to roll your spine to the floor, kind of like you're zippering your spine to the mat. Good. And then hug the knees into the chest. We'll rock a little bit side to side on the back to get a gentle massage across the back body. And then coming back to center, take your hands to the back of the thighs, and we'll start to rock and roll forward and back. So the whole length of your spine, you're going to rock shoulders to tailbone, shoulders to tailbone. Good. And then the next time you rock up to a seat, pause there for a moment. We're going to work the core just a little bit more. So as you sit here in a seated position, grab the back of your thighs if you haven't already. Lift your shins up and we'll come into a boat pose. You're going to flex your toes towards your shins. If you can keep your balance and you don't need the hands behind the thighs, lift the arms up and we'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Release the feet. Walk the heels in close to the glutes and wrap the arms around the shins. We're going to curl into a tight little ball, like a cannonball shape. And then as you press the thighs and abdomen together, try to lengthen now up through the spine, like you're pressing the crown of your head towards your ceiling. And release. Nice. We're going to swing the legs around to either side to come into a tabletop position. Go ahead and make your way to all fours, setting up for cat-cow positions. As you take the hands down under the shoulders, spread your fingers wide apart, lots of space between each digit. Press the tops of your feet into the floor and then inhale to arch your back. This is really nice for the spine and the internal organs. As you exhale, round your spine and tuck the chin and tailbone under. And inhale, arch the back with the chin, lift the chest. And as you exhale, push away from the floor, round the spine. One more time, big inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest. And as you exhale, curl the tailbone under, round the back. Moving into a shoulder stretch, you're going to take the right hand to the center of your mat and lift your left hand up high as you can, big inhale. And then as you exhale, thread the left arm underneath the bridge of the right arm, set the left cheek down.
Now option 1 is to stay here. Option 2 is to reach your right hand to the top of the mat. And option 3 is to take the right toes back and possibly hover the right toes. Good. I know it's a tricky balance challenge and you're bound to fall at some point when you try this out, so if it happened this time, you're not alone. Go ahead and lower the right foot down, take the right hand by your face, and move up to that same position we started at. Arm reaches to the ceiling. Good. Release the left hand down to trade sides. Big inhale, lift the right arm. And as you exhale, thread the needle, right arm to the floor, right shoulder and cheek down. If it feels good to reach the left hand up to the top edge of your mat, take that as your position. Optionally, you can send the left toes back and perhaps lift the left foot up and hold. Again, if you fall, everybody has to pay their dues. Release the left knee to the ground. Take the left hand by the face, and on your inhale, reach the right on the thigh. Good. Stretch the fingers and then release that right hand down. Now you're going to walk your hands to the top edge of your mat for a puppy pose. So the knees will stay. He heard puppy pose. He knows. You want to do it with me? You're going to walk your hands to the top edge of the mat. And as you lower into your puppy pose, make sure that the hips stay stacked over the knees. Forehead will be down on the ground for this one. As you inhale, expand the belly and the ribs. And as you exhale, let the chest melt towards the ground. Relax the forehead heavy. 2 more breaths like it. Big inhale and flee. And exhale, soften, relax. 1 more time. Big inhale. Stay with the exhale. Good, and then start to walk the hands back to a tabletop position. Keep in mind that even with some of the relaxing poses, when we first start our yoga practice, they don't always feel relaxing, and they get there with more time, right? He says, yep. Walk your hands to the top of the mat, and we're going to tuck the toes under, lift the hips up and back to a downward facing dog. He loves the dog poses, all of the poses that are meant for you. You like. Good. So as you take your first down dog, we're going to pedal out the feet by bending one knee, bending the other knee, slowly march in place. Good. Feel that stretch on the back of your calves, the back of the hamstrings. If the legs won't go all the way straight, that's okay. You can keep a small bend in the legs. And now slowly start to walk your feet towards your hands for a forward fold at the top of your mat. When you get to your forward fold, grab opposite elbows, gently sway side to side so you get this nice gentle release of the neck, the shoulders, the spine. And then as you come back to center, release the hands to the ground and shake your head no. Good, and then shake your head yes. Bend your knees, round your back, and start to roll up to stand, kind of like you're stacking bone by bone by bone to come into a standing position. Nice. When you do arrive up to stand, shrug your shoulders up to your ears, and then roll the shoulders down and back. One more time, big inhale, shrug the shoulders up to the ears, and then exhale, glide the shoulders down and back. This time you're going to interlace your hands behind your back, and as you gently pull the knuckles towards the ground, look up towards the ceiling, expand the chest and take an inhale. And then as you exhale, put a bend in the knees and start to drape the torso, the chest over the thighs, and lift the knuckles any amount towards the ceiling. So it might be a little bit, it might be a lot. Look between the knees so that you get this nice release of the neck or a lengthening in the back of the neck. Good, and then drop the hands down and once again slowly roll up to stand. Don't underestimate the rolling up to stand because it can be a really nice way to ground the feet, strengthen the legs, and massage the spine. Roll the shoulders up to the ears and then down and back. We'll do it again. Big inhale, shrug the shoulders up to the ears and release down and back. Now interlace the hands behind back. Push the knuckles down, lift the chest, inhale. And as you exhale, bend the knees and fold over the thighs. Good. Release the neck muscles, relax the jaw. Slowly drop the hands down to do it again. Bend the knees around the spine and roll up to stand. Vertebrae, vertebrae, vertebrae. Shrug the shoulders up to the ears, roll the shoulders down and back, and we'll do it again. Shrug the shoulders up to the ears, roll the shoulders down and back, interlace the fingers, pull the knuckles down as you look to the ceiling, inhale. And as you exhale, bend the knees, drop the neck, drop the head, and lift the knuckles. Release the hands down to the ground. Bend the knees and start to roll up to stand. Vertebrae, 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 all the way up. This time when you make it up to stand, you're going to take the hands to the center of the chest, move the right foot to the center of your mat, and step the left foot back. You're going to enter a warrior two. That left foot is parallel to the back edge of your mat. Your right foot is parallel to the long edge of your mat. Now with the hands together at the center of the chest, see that your shoulders are stacking over your hips. So instead of the shoulders turning forward, turn the shoulders to the side. Your torso is going to be straight up and down. Now accentuate that lift of the chest and start to spread the arms out. You're going to look over your right fingers. So your right knee is bent, and then you look over that right hand. Good. This is your warrior two. You're strong and fierce. So feel the power of the legs, feel the ferocity of the eyes, looking over that right hand. That's your drishti point, or your focus point with the eyes. Keep your focus point strong over the right hand, but flip that palm open towards the ceiling. And now slowly start to reach the right arm up, up, up and overhead, like a big rainbow arc back, kind of like you're tossing something back behind you. Take an inhale. This is your reverse warrior. And we'll go back to warrior two with the exhale, rising up. We're going to do that 2 more times. Palms are both down. Now slowly flip the right palm open. I know that right quad is working. You're strengthening the legs. Inhale, reach the right arm up and overhead. Look up at the right palm. And then with an exhale, come back to warrior two. You got it. Your breath pace. Flip the right palm open. Inhale to reverse warrior. And then exhale, warrior two. Good. This time, place the right elbow on the right thigh, lift the left bicep up by the ear for a brief side angle, reach long through the left fingers, push down through the left heel, look up towards the left wrist, and then rise back up, warrior two. Nice work. Straighten out the right leg. I know that right leg is like ready to have a break. Turn the right toes parallel to the left foot. And then turn the left foot out, so now you're going to enter a warrior two to the back of your space, looking over the left hand. We'll be here for a couple of breaths, so as you look over that left hand, find a very steady focus with the eyes. Our focus is one of the most important aspects of our yoga practice, that and the breath, which go together because we focus on the breath. But eye focus is very important to be able to tame the gaze. Look over the left hand. Practice the attention span. You've got it. Flip the left palm open. I know. Inhale, reverse warrior. Go back to warrior two as you exhale. We have 3 total. As you take the next breath in, expand the left rib cage and reach up and overhead. And then exhale to warrior two. Strong in the legs. One more time. Big inhale, reverse warrior. Move back to warrior two for side angle. So you'll place that left elbow on the left thigh, reach the right bicep up by the ear, extend long from your right hand to your right heel, look up to your right palm, and then rise back up, warrior two. Nice work. Straighten out the left leg, parallel the feet. You're going to turn the left foot in. Now this time we're going to work the strength of the hips and the flexibility of the hips before we have a break. You have got this. Turn your heels in. So you'll have a big ballet 2 stance with the feet. Bring the palms together at the heart, and then bend the knees deep so that you can stack your knees over your heels. Right when you get into your temple squat, start to sway your hips and your knees side to side so you get this nice gentle, maybe a little bit of a fierce massage on the inner thigh and the hip. And then from that position, we're going to make it deeper by placing the hands on the thighs, dropping the weight into the hands. So now instead of all the weight being in the feet and the legs working hard, you're going to suspend the torso. You'll probably feel a stretch of your low back. You might feel an opening and expansion of your hips.
For some of us, this will feel really amazing, and for others of us, we'll get there eventually, but it's gonna be the pain before the comfort. Good. But know that it's a process. Know that if you feel that kind of like, wow, this is tough, that it's tough for everybody, it's challenging, it's building strength and flexibility, but it also gets better. But it takes practice. Good, and we are gonna come back to center and hold. That's the same with all of our poses. We're gonna bring the hands back together at the center of the chest for a little arm vinyasa, or movement with breath. Vinyasa, movement with breath. As you inhale, push the palms to the front and back wall. And then as you exhale, still strong with the legs, pull the palms together at heart center. You got it. We're gonna do 4 total. So as you inhale, push the palms out like you're trying to press something away from you and there's resistance. And then as you exhale, same idea. There's resistance between the palms, or kind of like you're crushing a beach ball between the palms. Take some effort. Inhale, spread out. Here's 3 of 4. Exhale, crush to center. And last time, big inhale, expand the arms, push. And exhale, pull into center, holding for 5. Breathe deep through your nose. Here's 2, 1. Good job. Straighten out your legs. Nice, excellent work. That is one of the most highly revered poses. Turn your toes in. Now we're gonna take the hands to the hips. Feel the nice flush of energy from the legs and the hips here. Take an inhale as you lift the chest up high. And then as you exhale, bow over your hands. So your hands are at the hip creases. You're gonna fold over the hands. Bring the chest down. It might be halfway. You can bend the knees in that case and set the hands on the floor, right under the shoulders. If you already have pretty flexible hamstrings, you're gonna go deeper, as deep as you need to. So you're gonna straighten your legs if your hamstrings are feeling great. You're gonna walk the hands back a little bit. Perhaps even flip the hands so the fingers face the wall behind you, and walk the hands in deep. Now, if you're here, I encourage you to stay instead of getting out and watching. Stay where you're at, because that's gonna help you build the stamina to eventually get deeper into it, where you'll see, if you're practicing with a friend, maybe they're there and you eventually get there. If you see something that I do, you'll again eventually get into your own expression of that by being in the expression that you're currently in. Feeling the sensations and noticing what would it take to move a little bit deeper. Not necessarily going deeper, but what would it take to move a little bit deeper. And sometimes it's just time. Good. Walk the hands forward if they're not already, so they're right under your shoulders, and we're all gonna walk the feet together, heel toe, feet all the way in. This time you're gonna bend the knees. Hands can support you however you need. So if you want to walk the hands back behind you, do that. If you can keep the hands forward and have the balance, do that. You're going to slowly lower the hips to the calves, and then the floor to open up the knees. Watch out. Nice. So once you get into, this is your cobbler's pose, once you get into your cobbler's pose, you can take the soles of the feet together, hands around the shins or the front of the ankles. Take a big inhale to lift the chest, loop the shoulders back, and sit tall. And then the next time you exhale, give a little bit of a tug with the hands and start to bring the chest forward any amount. It might be just a centimeter of space, it might be a lot of space. If you've gathered quite a lot of space forward, then you can then place the hands down on the ground and start to walk the hands further forward. Take a couple of moments here to be in this hip opener, Baddha Konasana or cobbler's pose. This is a great one, looking up the hips, because you have the natural weight, the gravity, drawing the knees down. If it is too much, you can also always slip pillows or blankets underneath the knees for more support. Never feel ashamed of using props. Props are an excellent way to support your practice and to help you eventually go deeper. So really, I think props can be a better route to go to be real. And then bring the hands to the backs of the knees. We're going to bring the knees together. Turn on your mat so that you're once again facing either the front or the back of your space. And we are, excuse me, bud, we are going to roll all the way down to the ground. So you're going to come all the way down to the floor. For a final spinal twist, you'll take the arms to a cactus shape, bring the knees up to a tabletop, and we're going to drop the knees over to the left side of the mat. And then bring your knees back up to center to switch. We'll hop the hips to the left, drop the knees to the right. And then bringing your knees back up to center, move the hips to the middle of the mat. Slowly start to make your way up to a seated position. And then once you get up to a seat, we're going to take just a couple of moments here in stillness and quiet to focus on the breathing. So we'll end with a gentle meditation. Release the hands down to the ground. This is one of the most important parts of the practice, so hang in here as we take these last few moments to be with the inhales and the exhales. Take a deep inhale through your nose to sit a little bit taller. And then remain in that height of posture as you exhale. 3 more breaths through your nose in silence. Slowly open up the eyes. Take a moment to let light come back into your vision, into your perception. Continue to feel the effects of your yoga practice, feel the depth of your breathing, but also start to be more aware of the surroundings. So you can notice temperature of the air on the skin, maybe any sounds within your space. And keeping that union of internal and external awareness, move into the rest of your day, continuing to practice that presence. So as you move, you'll feel that you're perhaps a little bit more aware of the subtleties of your own body and of your own breathing. That's one of the beauties of our yoga practice. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did like this yoga practice, give this video the thumbs up, and that will help it get out to more people who will also benefit from doing this. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I bring you Monday meditations, Wednesday workouts, and Friday yoga flows every week. And so I really enjoy bringing you these videos, and I look forward to seeing you again on Monday for meditation. Have a great rest of your day.